Don't ask me what I was just doing.
Welcome back
Welcome back.
to Am I the Asshole?
A little German there at the end.
Da. Be a
That's
better.
Russian. Oh, it's definitely Russian.
I know. I know a little bit of German. I did learn a little
Yeah.
bit of German.
Yeah, you're doing Duolingo there for a bit, right?
Yeah.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Gut.
Yeah.
No,
I
no
like how
so
the
gut.
I like how the words you know are basically English with just a German accent.
Well, Sarah's not. So the like the inflection words are like
I know.
that's
I'm
what
being
I did get to that point. I was like, because the only reason I stopped was truthfully the only reason I stopped learning German was because of the move, and
yeah.
I just haven't picked it back up, which I do want to. Because I was enjoying learning it. Like the language itself it's very basic.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I never realized like how stupid our language was until I started learning German. I'm like, it could be that simple.
It doesn't sound basic, but it's a lot more basic than you would think.
Yeah, when you break
Yep.
it down like sentence wise, it's how we can sit here and be like, "How are you doing, partner?" And they're like, "How are you?" Like,
Yep.
I know it's a
Yeah.
bad example, but like,
It is efficient.
it is. If nothing
Yep.
else, it is efficient. Yes.
Yep.
You know what else is efficient? An
What's
ad
that? Man,
read.
in less than 2 minutes. It's crazy.
Let's go.
Yep.
That's right. Y'all know what it is. We're partnered with Into the AM. We get to wear these dope hoodies and hats and shirts. I'm actually rocking a shirt underneath here that's Into the AM's graphic tee. You should go check them out right now by clicking the link in the description and in the pinned comment. What link is that, Sam?
It is intotheam.com/lousy. And if you go on that website, find yourself some cool stuff. I can't speak today. And put it in your cart. If you put in the little coupon area, lousy, you get an extra 10% on top of that for using our code and for being
That's
an
right.
awesome listener of the show. So
And being that this is coming out on the 21st of December and you all are probably scrambling to get those last minute Christmas gifts, you can get overnight shipping. They do offer that. So if you're looking for a really dope gift to give somebody, you want them to start rocking some dope threads, some nice graphic tees, some really comfortable underwear, something of that nature, you can get that right now. And they do run deals. They're running daily deals on the website. You just got to get in there and go check it out. So go to the description right now, click the link intotheam.com/lousy. Also in the pinned comment, intotheam.com/lousy. And while you're there, once you make that order and you get your stuff in, and you know, Christmas morning, you're all warm and cozy by the fire, and you open up that gift showing off that brand new t-shirt you got, snap a picture of it, join our Discord by clicking the link in the description as well. Show it off to us, and we'll give you a shout out on the show.
Yep.
Every single time.
Every single time.
So with that, again, intotheam.com/lousy. Again, intotheam.com/lousy. Go get you some stuff right now. That was efficient.
Yeah. That was. Yeah.
Germans would be happy.
Yep.
And just to cap that off, if you ever wonder how crazy our language is, just go study a foreign language, please.
Yep.
Like, I know that everyone's like, English is the root language. No, I'm starting to fully believe that we just kind of decided to throw a bunch of words together. Like how we had to discern between there, and there.
Yeah, English is this weird amalgamation of, you know, a little bit of Germanic, but then a lot of, you know, Romance and Latin and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that's the shit that's dumb. Like French, Italian, Spanish. It's weird.
Yeah.
Especially French. French is fucking weird. But
shout out to our German fans. We love you. I love your language. I actually want to visit there one day.
Yeah, we definitely want to go.
Yeah, that's one thing I would love to, like. I would love to go see the architecture. I know you know I'm big on architecture. I love seeing like really cool buildings and just not understanding the history of the construction and such. And so it'd be really cool to go see all that out there. But also the food. Oh, ready for it. Put it in my body.
Yep. I've got a whole 10 of those German cookies that I was talking about in the top 5 episode. If you haven't watched it, go watch it right now. And I'm so excited to tear into those things. And I don't know if they'll be there by the time my wife gets back. So we'll see.
I ain't seen none. I didn't
No
even know they
witnesses.
existed. All right.
Anyway,
It is Christmas. It's Christmas.
Christmas.
And with that, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, as always, we just assume that y'all kind of like click it because you really like our faces. How's it going? But assuming that you actually didn't read it, today's about Christmas. Christmas is in 4 days. Crazy
Christmas.
to believe that. Christmas is in 4 days.
Yeah.
And so we're here to provide you with some dope, funny, hopefully, and not too insane. Maybe, no, I'm going to assume they're insane based on the titles we read. That,
Probably gonna be something weird. Yeah.
yeah. I will also preface by saying we spared you all and us from a fucking novel.
There was this was legit by far the record for the longest post.
Yeah.
And it was all just the most mundane, unneeded detail.
Yeah.
So we're like, no,
Like
absolutely not.
y'all hear us talk about needing context, right? There's levels in the story where like right here and right here you got not enough context and too much context, right? And we want to be in this sweet spot right here. And this motherfucker was up here.
Yep. Yeah. You're not
So,
wrong.
with all that said, today's about Christmas. We're gonna dive into these stories, but you know what we gotta do first. If you're new here, welcome to the battleground. This war's been waged for many a days and nights.
Yeah. What he
Currently,
said.
currently I'm being pushed back from the front lines. They're bringing the war to my doorstep. But I will fight back today. I will throw stones. I will stab with scissors. I will choke them with books.
Okay. And then it's just me on the other side of the battlefield, like, hi.
How's it going?
I'll
All
come
right.
get you. You're gonna die now.
That would be more terrifying to me in a horror movie.
Honestly, though, right?
Like,
like,
howdy, neighbor. You're gonna die now.
like fucking Ned Flanders over there, just fucking.
Because you know that could be any motherfucker who lives next to you. They'd be like, hey,
Mhm.
neighbor, how's it going? Like, all right, let's do this.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I was wondering who was gonna like. I was playing chicken.
In my mind, I'm like, he's gonna like. Let me let me tell you what just happened in my head. I just had a Doctor Strange 4 million possibility outcome
Oh
situation
yeah,
happen. Where in my mind, on the second rock, it was like. And I was like, in the next one, he could throw scissors, and I'm gonna have to throw paper. But he's gonna know I'm gonna be throwing paper, so he's gonna try and throw scissors, and so I'll throw scissors, but he'll throw paper. But no, but if I throw scissors, he'll know to throw rock. And I'm like, just fucking throw paper, asshole.
meanwhile over here, I'm just like, I'm throwing rock.
All right, let's jump in.
Yep.
4 stories keyed up as always. Before we get going, subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop a comment down below of your favorite emote, and we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays before we even get into this, because we know this is
Merry
going to get
Chrysler.
dramatic. So happy Toyotathon. Let's go.
Happy Honda days.
Am I the asshole for ruining Christmas and being upset? The only gifts I got for my family were joke gifts. Some background: my family likes to play pranks with Christmas and birthday gifts. It's nothing. Yeah, no, it's nothing new. I'm just hungry now. I was talking about German food, and suddenly I'm starving. It's nothing new. I, female 21, as well as my 5 siblings from 29 to 37 years old, God damn,
Spread.
have all been pranked on our birthdays. Hey, shout out to mom and dad for still getting it on. And on Christmas, and usually it's 1 or 2 gifts. This Christmas, though, I was the only person to get all joke gifts. For example, I unwrapped a MacBook for my brother, but when I opened it, it was just some chocolate, which I don't eat, so I gave it away. And the MacBook was actually given to my sister inside of a bag she wanted. Another gift was what I thought was a book I put on my Christmas list. Was actually just the book cover put on a dictionary. When I asked my mom about the book, she told me she gave it to my sister-in-law. This went on with each present my siblings or parents had given me. AirPods was just a charger block, adapter, gift cards were used and had $0 balances, a card with Monopoly money, and so on, totaling to about 12 joke gifts. I realized I went out of my way to get everyone something they wanted or they'd like didn't or they'd like didn't get anything. At this point, I was bummed, so I went to the living room to watch TV with my boyfriend. At dinner time, at dinner they were all talking about how much they love their gifts, and when my dad asked why I hadn't said anything about mine, I said there wasn't much to say. Everyone but my boyfriend laughed, and my mom said it was no big deal as everyone else got some joke gifts. I told her every gift I got was a joke gift, and the ones they got was also followed by the real one. My dad told me I needed to relax as I'm making a big deal about it, and I'd have next Christmas to get the stuff on my list. Not wanting to go back and forth, I told my boyfriend I wanted to leave and we can spend the rest of Christmas break with his family and then go home. My family got mad and told me not to go and to just stay because it wasn't serious. I left and put my phone on do not disturb during the drive, and by the time we got to my boyfriend's parents' house, I had several missed calls and texts from them calling me names like ungrateful, sensitive, and childish. They said I ruined Christmas, and one of the gifts I had gotten was the book I wanted, the book my mom pretended to gift me. I
You definitely
posted it
skipped a whole
on.
line.
Oh, wait, did I?
Yeah, they said I ruined Christmas and made my parents upset. Yep,
Yes. Okay. They said I ruined Christmas and made my parents upset because I left. The next day, I exchanged and opened gifts with my boyfriend and his family, and one of the gifts I'd gotten was the book I wanted. Apologies, listeners. The book my mom pretended to gift me. I posted it on my Instagram story, and not even 0 minutes after posting it, my sister sent a screenshot of my story to the family group uh, chat, and they basically got mad at me for leaving and telling me I ruined Christmas over some presents. They told me I owe everyone, especially my parents, an apology because my mom spent New Year's sad because of my actions. Now, I just want an outside party to tell me if I'm the asshole here. Am I in the wrong for being upset about the gifts and for leaving? After reading their messages and sitting on this for a few days, I'm now feeling like maybe I was upset over nothing and need to apologize to them.
I
The
think it's
edit looks
safe.
okay.
Yeah, think you're good.
Gonna edit as there may have been some misunderstanding. My Christmas list didn't include expensive gifts, nor was I upset I didn't receive expensive gifts. I was merely upset because I got of being pranked with everything I got and being the only person who didn't get a real present. That is all. Another thing I'll address is I don't do anything to my family which would warrant them doing this. The last big argument I had was with my sister, which was over a year and a half ago. Thank you for the replies, and I will try my best to reply to comments while I'm at work. Editing once more to add, I participated in joke gifts when I was a kid. I haven't participated in the last 10 plus years because I didn't enjoy it or find it funny, which they do know. I will reply with more info if needed when I'm on break or have time to reply. And I am familiar with the term scapegoat, but truthfully don't fully understand. So I'll research that as well. I'm assuming that is something we'll see in the comments at some point.
Probably. Yep.
So after that long reader, am I the asshole for ruining Christmas and being upset the only gifts I got from my family were joke gifts?
This one is it's a little tricky because like I'm usually one to say, like be thankful for what you get, regardless of what it is. And, if it's shitty, whatever. But that seems a little far for every single present to be bullshit, especially when they go out of the way to buy a book just for the cover and then give it to somebody else. Like that seems a little far. It, like it just and I'm wondering like was it just one of those things where everybody just happened to get a prank gift for her or did they all coordinate that? Cuz that would be some additional context that I would like. Of course probably not going to get it, but so yeah, this sucks for OP, especially if she's told him that she doesn't like the prank gifts. So yeah, man, what do you think?
I was 1000% leaning asshole until the family said it's not that serious. You'll get your gifts next year.
Yeah,
If there's one thing I fully recognize is that, and this isn't to try and get like ultra philosophical, holy shit,
Philosophical.
words, philosophical. There we go. Not to get ultra philosophical, but the thing is, tomorrow's not promised, right? And Christmas time is the time for giving. Yeah, you can play jokes. Like I think it's funny if you play send a joke gift or something like that.
Yeah.
A joke gift, like again, likening back to when we were talking about in our do's and don'ts, right?
Mm.
Uh, you know, if you're playing a white elephant, the Astro Gliding Chick-fil-A gift card, chicken and dickin'. That's a funny gift.
Yeah.
That's a funny joke gift I would give somebody at Christmas regardless, because that's just funny, ha ha. But you can guarantee I'm gonna be giving you a couple other gifts that are actually real and stuff that you wanted behind that.
Yeah.
Now, I fully agree with you because we said it in that episode as well that you should always be thankful for what you get. But you hit the nail on the head. To go out of your way to do like to give 12 joke gifts, including one of the things being a book that was on your list, they went out of their way to remove the cover from that, put it on a dictionary, and give that book to someone else. Like I don't, I like. I'm all for jokes, but there's a level in which it goes too far.
Yeah.
And like I said at the beginning, I was gonna say asshole because I'm like, yeah, you're being a little childish. Like you, you're not seeing the fun in the spirit of Christmas, right? You're just kind of like, oh, give me my gift so I can go home. But after reading all the way through that, like, no, I would have been pissed too.
Yeah.
Especially when you went out of your way to make sure everyone got something that they wanted. And you've made it known that you don't like the joke gifts. Like, if you don't like it, that's the thing is, it's fine to tell somebody you don't like something. It means you don't have to participate in it at the time that Christmas rolls around.
Yeah.
People should respect that.
They
You can still
should.
have fun. You could still laugh. You could still, enjoy the spirit of Christmas and be happy and merry amongst your family and friends. But if they're not going to respect that and all they did was give you joke gifts and they tell you to fucking basically suck it up, like, no, kick rocks.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself and going, nah, fuck this, I'm out. And you and your boyfriend going over to his folks' house. Like,
Mhm.
I absolutely fuck that noise.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
say not the asshole.
I agree. Yeah. Also, man, like the $0 gift cards, like
Nah, we ain't throwing hands, dog. That's swinging on
that,
sight.
yeah. Because then at that point, like, when did you find that out? Did they tell you? Oh, there's nothing on it.
Yeah.
Like, or, oh, did you go to use it? And then, oh, sorry, there's nothing on here. I doubt it considering they did it like probably right after,
Yeah.
but yeah,
See,
definitely not the
this
asshole.
one thing I'll say is like you hear in the Christmas songs all the time, like deck the boughs with boughs of holly or bows of holly and such. No, no, deck the next motherfucker who side eyes you or gives you a $0 gift card. Like that's what you should
Yep.
do. Like, that's the spirit of
Mhm.
Christmas that we're in this time. You if they give you a $0 gift card, dog, like hey, come here for like two for flinching, bitch.
Yep.
So
And Reddit, they agree with us.
not the
Not the
asshole.
asshole. Yep.
Yep.
Let's read a comment or two. I think we're probably gonna know what's happening there, but
Yeah.
first one here, do not apologize. Your family sucks and you have done nothing wrong. I would write something like this in a group chat or in the group chat, excuse me. Happy New Year, guys. I understand that mom is sad that I left on Christmas, but you need to understand that you all made me sad on Christmas Day. I did not receive a single thoughtful gift from you guys, not one. Every single gift I opened was a prank where the joke was that you actually didn't get me something I would like, but something intentionally got to upset me. My hope is that you all just didn't realize that every single gift given to me was meant as a joke, but it was every single one. It isn't being ungrateful to be disappointed in that. And I think you all know that. I'm ready to move on from this disappointing Christmas and believe you that next year will be different, but I will not be apologizing for leaving on Christmas when you all hurt me.
Well said.
Yeah.
I see beneath that more succinctly. Biggest prank you played that night was fooling me into thinking I had a family that loved me beforehand.
That's just
Ooh,
going to cause so much
that
drama. Like,
yeah,
no,
that is
that's not succinct. That's skewed.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Next comment down here it says because my mom spent New Year's sad because of my actions. No, your mom spent New Year's sad because of the consequences of your family's actions. They treated you as a joke for Christmas. A joke is not a joke if the person is it is aimed at does not find it funny. Honestly, it comes across as bullying. You are the only one to only get joke presents. Your actual presents were given away to family members. Your family sounds cruel, and if mommy is oh so sad, then maybe she should think about her actions and the actions of the rest of your family. They suck. Not the asshole. I'm glad your boyfriend and his family didn't suck. I want to take a second on that. That's a very, very valid point. You remember when Matt Rife, you know who Matt Rife is, of course.
Yeah.
You remember when Matt Rife came out with his Netflix special and
Mhm.
all of his jokes were aimed at dudes, but he was sitting in or he was performing in front of an arena that was I think like 70% women because
Mhm.
his primary, you know, his primary viewing audience is women.
Mhm.
A comedian was talking about how I wish I could remember what it was. I'd love to go and find it and show y'all the clip. But a comedian was explaining how like Matt Rice comedy special bombed because he was trying to perform for someone who wasn't there. And the thing about a
Mhm.
joke is it's only a joke. It could be the most offensive joke in the world so long as the joke is making someone laugh.
Yeah.
That is the goal of the joke. If you do not have someone laughing at the end of the joke sucks, the joke is done. And
Yep.
especially if it's targeted at someone, if that individual isn't laughing, it's no longer a joke, it's an attack.
Yeah.
And that's something that people have to realize is like, yes, you can joke with other people. You can absolutely pull a prank on someone. But if that individual is hurt by this, it's not a joke anymore.
Yeah.
So just food for thought.
Well said. Moving on.
Yep.
Moving on. Number 2, am I the asshole for suggesting we lock up the Christmas presents after what my niece did last year? Every year,
Lock
my
your
s
knees up. I'm sorry.
fuck
Go
them
ahead.
kids. No, I'm just kidding. Every year, my siblings and I, alongside our families, spend Christmas with our parents. We stay at their house for a few days. Everyone opens gifts together. It's hectic, but a lot of fun. The kids enjoy having one big sleepover with their cousins. My mom likes having everyone home again. We all pitch in. It's a win-win. Last year, my brother married Sally. She has a 7-year-old daughter, Mindy. This was their first Christmas with us. Seemed like they were having a having a fun time. Christmas Eve, all the kids went to the finished basement to sleep. We told the kids to not open up gifts without us and to wake us up when they did. This was repeated several times. Once the kids were asleep, we put all the gifts under the tree and eventually went to bed ourselves. The next morning around 6 a.m., I wake up early and head downstairs. I find the living room a mess. Half the gifts were unwrapped. Several of them had been ripped from their boxes. There was Mindy playing with some of the toys. Most of the ones weren't even hers. She knows how to read, and they were all labeled, so she knew this. I was in shock. I went and got my brother, Sally, alongside the rest of the adults. Sally was super embarrassed. My mom was very upset. The other kids weren't up yet, so we tried to salvage what we could while Sally talked to Mindy. Not everything could be fixed, and she had broken a couple of toys completely. The broken ones weren't even her own toys. Luckily, not everything was damaged, and even the boxes that were, the kids didn't notice. But my nephew, sister's son, had one of his big gifts destroyed, and he was sad when everyone else got theirs while he was told he'd have to wait for a new one to come back in. Sally and my brother reimbursed everyone. Mindy didn't get to open gifts with everyone, but joined the festivities later. She apologized, but kept making excuses. She said she didn't want to wait and she wanted to see what everyone else got. We're all preparing to go to my parents again this year. I put in the group chat that we should either lock the door to the living room this year or put a gate around the tree so no one can get to it. I didn't even name names, just specifically said no one. Sally and my brother got mad, accusing me of treating Mindy like a baby or an animal. I said I'm not, but this is a precaution so none of the kids are tempted. They said that this isn't necessary and I'm holding a mistake over Mindy's head. I said, no, I'm not. I'm trying to make sure that we have no repeat. Because I know it'll be asked, Mindy doesn't have autism or ADHD, even if she did, my daughter has ADHD and both my sister's kids are on the spectrum. They know better, or they knew better. I don't think Mindy was malicious. She was only 6, but I do think precautions should be made. My parents agree with me, and my brother is mad that I put it in their heads. Am I the asshole?
No.
No, this is easy. Like,
First of all, let's break this down very simply. You're being proactive in knowing what the fuck happened last year. You didn't name names. It's not your fucking fault that those parents have a guilty fucking conscience for what their daughter did. Like, either that or you motherfuckers show up the day of. Like,
Yep.
that's the thing. I'm all for having everybody together for Christmas spirit and hot chocolate and the love and celebration. But the thing is this: fool me once, shame on me, or fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I ain't gonna let you fool me twice. Like, no, be proactive. You're doing the right thing by making sure those presents are taken care of. I'd feel like shit for those kids Christmas morning, dude. That would be
Yeah.
awful.
That ruined some Christmases for sure.
Yeah,
Like, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Like everybody got fairly compensated, but it'd be silly to not take a precaution just in case, like, one of the other kids gets a wild hair up their ass too.
yep,
Like, kids are gonna be kids. Like, sometimes they're just gonna be too like, they can't fucking help it, you know?
yeah.
So, I mean,
The only
I think it's safe to lock the door. I don't know about putting a gate around it or whatever they said,
a gate
like,
around the
and
tree is
yeah,
what they're
but
saying.
it's not gonna stop a 7-year-old or
True.
like, yeah. They're gonna
This
get
is
around it.
true.
Like, lock the fucking door. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I mean, there's two other options I can think of in this scenario that would make sense. Where the presents are protected and you know no worries of someone sneaking in. Option one: all the presents that OP brings, leave them locked in the trunk of the car. Pull them out
Until
the
the
next
Christmas
morning.
morning.
Yep,
That might be a little tricky if because we don't know what the Santa situation is, right?
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
But again, this is just a simple option. I'm not trying to like deep
Yeah.
dive the context of it. I'm just simply saying like option one: leave the gifts locked in the trunk of the car. Christmas morning rolls around. You walk out. You can put on your fucking fuzzy slippers and your pajamas and go on out there and go pull them out and bring them on inside. And everybody can have a good old time.
Yep.
Option two: somebody sleep on the fucking couch next to the tree. An adult sleep in there. That way, if Mindy wants to come tiptoeing on in there to come see what everybody else got, you go wake up real fast and be like, no, the fuck you not. Go back to bed. Like, those are the
Yeah.
only two options I can think of. But I don't think that, and truth be told, on option two, it should be one of Mindy's parents.
Yeah. Although I think honestly, like, it sounds like that there's an option to just lock the door. Lock the door.
Yeah.
You know, somebody come and unlock it in the morning.
Let us out. We gotta pee.
Yeah. No, it's not to the bedroom, it's to the living room.
Oh,
They
I
said,
misread that.
yeah, lock the door to the living room.
That makes more
So,
sense. I thought they were talking about locking the kids in the basement.
yeah, lock the kids in their closet, Harry Potter their asses. They ain't coming out. No amount of letters from Hogwarts or
Harry Potter was not the first person that came to mind for me. But we're gonna move on forward. we're just gonna.
were you, th- were
We're
you thinking
just.
an attic?
No, I was thinking
No.
of a clown.
Oh, okay.
I
We
was.
both went in very opposite directions.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
If you know,
this is an easy not the asshole.
yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, no, you don't. Not the asshole, and all of Reddit agrees, not the asshole.
Yep.
Let's see what these comments have to say here. First comment from Rose of July. I mean, why wouldn't you do this? It kind of isn't even just about Mindy, although of course it's about Mindy. She ruined Christmas and broke a lot of other people's toys, but you have a bunch of small children who are notoriously bad with impulse control. Why not lock the door or put a gate around the tree? Any child could be tempted by sleeping parents and gorgeously wrapped presents under a lit tree. She's still only 7. Also, if your kid acts like a baby, they should be treated like one. Come on, Sally. The girl opened half the Christmas presents and you and your husband had to shell out to replace them. Wouldn't you rather lock the room and then risk having to put out and feel embarrassed all over again? Not the asshole. Exactly.
Yeah, very well said.
I
Uh,
I say I don't even really think there's much else that could be said, but go ahead.
yeah, I'll just do the next one. Not the asshole. I don't understand why your bro and sister-in-law are upset. You aren't asking them to lock Mindy in a room or put an ankle bracelet on her, or even that they have a talk with her before Christmas to remind her to not to open presents. You're not advocating for her to be marched through the house while you ring a bell and scream shame at her. You're
Ding, ding, ding.
suggesting shame that the door to the living room gets locked overnight. Nothing needs to be said to the kids because if they stay in bed, they won't even know. Yep.
That was pretty easy. Yeah.
It's an easy one. Yep.
All
Moving
right.
on.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button while you're here and join the Lousy Listeners. And also, click the join button. For $2.99 a month, you can become a Lousy member where you can get some awesome perks, cool emotes, and interact with Sam and I. Also, click the link to join our Discord and have fun with all the other Lousy Listeners. Let's get back to the video.
Next up. Would I be the asshole for canceling Christmas? I, 31 female, am tired of planning vacations for my ungrateful husband, 33 male, and his twin. Okay. My husband and I have been together for 7 years and married for 3 months. Oh, that's it. We're done. That's it. You've already made it past the honeymoon phase. You got to work through this. You're fine. We both work high stress jobs with high. Oh yeah, the proof's in the pudding, dude. We both work high stress jobs and high incomes and no children. We are frugal and spend our money on savings and trips. In our relationship, I plan our retirement, keep track of finances, host friends, family, arrange gifts, make appointments, and plan our vacations. We travel a lot. For his part, he does laundry and cooks and does the dishes more than me. He gets along well with everyone and is the more easygoing one. On our trips, I've asked my husband to help me with tasks ranging from helping me plan beforehand to finding an Uber. Usually he ignores me until it's too late and I have to make the decision, or he makes mistakes getting an Uber to the wrong place or forgetting beach towels I asked him to bring. Mistakes aren't a big deal, but he places the blame for them on me. This issue is not new to us. For our wedding, I did 99% of the planning, and he promised in return that he would plan a honeymoon. Right before the wedding, he looked up a Costco package that was almost twice as expensive as we'd agreed to spend, and that didn't have guaranteed spots. Uh, what I really wanted him to do was not to find an all-inclusive, unaffordable trip that we didn't go on, but do something that was tailored to us. My husband also has a twin brother that often comes along with us. Like my husband, his twin doesn't help plan, and he had never thanked me for planning trips for us. He behaves like coming on the trips is a gift to me. Outside of this, I've tried to be his friend, but I feel no reciprocity. I get him gifts for his birthday and holidays, text and call him, and include him. Example, asking him uh, if he wants to write his name on a Mother's Day card when he hasn't helped pick a gift. Right now, we're all on a flight back from Hawaii where I researched hotels and flights, put together schedules, booked hikes and dinners, rented a car, etc. When I brought up the fact that they complained a lot and never said thank you, my brother in law said he told me the sunset was nice, and that was the same as a thank you. When I told this to my husband and explained how upset I am with both of them for not helping me, not yelling, but definitely not in a calm way, he told me to fuck myself. My husband also said that if I cancel future trips, that I'm no longer invited to my in-laws Thanksgiving, the one thing his mom plans. I've already planned and booked an elaborate 3-week Christmas trip to Italy for the three of us. They say they want to go while doing nothing, but I just feel exhausted. At this point, I'm considering canceling it entirely, canceling my own portion, or canceling one or both of their portions and going solo. Would I be the asshole if I took one of those paths? TLDR, burned out wife, unsure about how to proceed after planning numerous unappreciated vacations for husband and brother in law, thinking about canceling an upcoming trip.
Not the asshole waving the red flag. Get the fuck away from that guy. Holy shit, that guy is a piece of shit. Wow. Just get the fuck out. Divorce him. It's only been 3 months. You can probably get it annulled. Like, like just leave. I hope you signed up for prenup. Simple as that.
He took the words out of my mouth. Like, yeah.
How are
No,
you going to
there's
tell your wife to go fuck herself for wanting just a little bit of appreciation? Get the fuck, like, there's very few times where we jump to leave. This is one of those times.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, you've been together, let's see, you've been together 7 years, married for 3 months. I mean, that's a large chunk of your life, unfortunately. And I know it's gonna take a lot to actually just like, figure out the aftermath, but this is one of those times where you just gotta fucking run through the door and
Yeah.
just figure out your footing later. Like
Yeah. This guy has no respect at all. Neither does his brother. You sound like a great person. Go find somebody that deserves you and you deserve. Like
it,
anybody, honestly. But like a fucking rock would be better than this guy.
it's not often I would actually recommend this in a not joking manner. You said you're booking a trip to Italy. I think the option you should take here is cancel the trip entirely, right? Talk to a divorce lawyer, get the paperwork filed, submit it, take your solo trip to Italy, go find you an Italian stallion, spend a week in his masculine arms, enjoy yourself as many sunsets as you want, blowing out your liver on a fucking yacht somewhere, and forget this motherfucker. Like that,
And
and
on
I
top of
mean that
that,
with all
give him,
sincerity.
yeah, give him those divorce papers on fucking Christmas. Like,
Yeah,
or his
facts.
birthday, make it sting. Stab him, actually. Just fuck it. Kill him. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I would like to state that the thoughts of Sam do not reflect in the same thoughts as the Lousy Show and Joe. Those are his thoughts and his thoughts alone. Please do not come after both of us. I do agree, but don't come after us.
I don't agree with his opinion, but I do agree.
Yeah,
Speaking
not
of
the
agreeing,
asshole.
Reddit agrees, not the asshole.
Facts, not the asshole.
If that wasn't fucking obvious. If
Dude, they
Reddit
said
said
asshole.
asshole to this, I would have been done. I'd quit.
This would have been the last "Am I the asshole" for y'all.
Yeah.
If this was labeled asshole, we'd have both been like, "There's no hope anymore." We're
Brother, I
fucking
don't
done.
even know if I would have posted it. Like, if I did, it'd be very crude and raw, and I'd be like, "This is the last one," and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
All right. Go and read that first comment there, buddy.
let's see. First comment, not the asshole, but in a 7-year relationship prior to your marriage, surely this has been an ongoing problem. Why did you marry him? Or by extension, his twin, it sounds like. Your husband told you to fuck yourself, then threatened to exclude you from the family Thanksgiving for canceling trips where you do all the work. Hell no. Cancel your husband and his twins' Christmas trips and go solo. But I would suggest a trip to the divorce lawyer first. Exactly what you said.
Right on with what we said.
Yep.
Wait a second.
In multiple seconds.
Yeah, I know. So OP has responded to a few things. Um,
Enhance.
so I yeah, no, I single comment thread. I'm trying to read this. Sounds like you consider, but hopefully this can be started. Something. Oh, I don't know. So from the comments, and I don't want to be assumptive here, from the comments that I'm reading based on OP's personal profile, uh, she may have already fucking cut it off.
Good. This
Because
was from a year ago. So
yeah, there's a comment that says, I believe his new girlfriend planned and helped him book that second leg of the trip, but I don't know if that is like her saying, I don't know. I'm not going to deep dive on that. The next comment down though says, "Yikes! Too bad you cannot go back in time 3 months. Not the asshole. You don't have a partner. You have a taker. He is putting in the bare minimum effort and getting far more back. You expressed your concerns, and he told you to fuck yourself. He is an asshole. His brother is too." I want to go back for a second on the comment that you read, and a note that just hit my head as I was thinking about it was, why did you marry him, or by extension, his twin? It sounds like. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. There's a term, and that is marriage changes people. Not all people, but some people. A lot of people, really. You can go talk to all of your friends who are married, okay? And if you know them well enough to where they're willing to divulge juicy details of their relationship and their marriage, you can learn very quickly the ones who had a pretty rock solid relationship and marriage, and those who went through some shit and worked it out. it's not always black and white. It's not always so simple to go, oh, we're so madly in love. Let's get married. We got married. Oh shit. Like it's sometimes people's like there's a switch in their brain just flicks. And as soon as it does, that's it. Like
Yeah.
the moment they're married, it's like, I am man, you woman. You take care of me now. Okay. Like caveman roar, rah. Like it just happens sometimes. There's no excuse for it. Please, commenters, lousy listeners, I know y'all like to fucking rally. Like it, no, there's no excuse for it, but it does happen, and to recognize that it happens puts you one step ahead of the game of everybody else, because it allows you to have that open dialogue with your partner to make sure that they're not that person. So that's something to think about. There is like not all is like this. So to jump to the assumptive point of why did you marry him? Probably because they were in love and they were happily ready to get married, and the red flags just didn't show themselves until 3 months later. Like it happens.
I'd like to raise my hand on this one and comment on that. There's no way they've gone on that many trips in 3 months that this hasn't been happening before they got married. No way in hell. Like, mm-mm.
There's, I am taking this to the context of what we've been given.
That's a little too far. I think that's a very safe assumption to make, you know.
Okay, I could have gone the other direction and been like, yeah, no, this motherfucker's been literally tearing fucking drywall down like his name is Kyle and he drinks Monster that through his fucking asshole.
Bet you his name is Kyle. No offense to Kyle's out there, but also fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
You're our first line of defense against the aliens. Just remember that.
Yeah. Naruto run right at every anyway.
But
I don't think we need to.
I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying, and I know you want to move forward. I do see what you're saying here. However, the part that comes back to me is like I'm trying to look at the positive side of this. I'm trying to look at the optimistic side, because the one thing that we've talked about with these fucking Am I the Asshole episodes is they can get fucking heavy. And so I'm trying to look at it from an optimistic standpoint and not all this pessimistic weight on my shoulders by the time we're done recording these. The thing that I bring to the table here is, while I agree with you that there's no way they went on that many trips in those 3 months, there's no way for us to know how many trips they went on in those 3 months, nor prior to that. We don't have context of that. So either we can sit here and say, this has to have been going on for much longer than this. OP, you're just blind as fuck. Or just assume that, hey, look, the last 3 months have kind of fucking sucked. It's true. Like sometimes it just happens. Not to say that they went on fucking vacations every weekend, but sometimes it happens. So, but I think we both made very valid points here. And yes, I am very much ready to move on. So, OP, hope take Sam's advice on this one.
Yeah, get a divorce. Run, stab him, kill him. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, next one.
And for the last one, am I the asshole for getting up from my chair in the middle of Christmas dinner and shouting, "Shut the fuck up" about my body in response to my husband's observation? Sorry. Anyway. Wild Joe is broken over there. So ever since I had my son months ago, my husband has started making indirect comments about my body. He never says any hurtful words, but I find his observations, as he calls it, hurtful. For example, he'd see me wearing an old top and say, "Oh, that top used to look good on you, but not anymore though. Divorce him, kill him, stab him, chop his head off."
This is it, dude. We just read this story.
Yeah. Or when he looks at my waist and says, "Wow, I didn't know your waist could get this wide. Holy shit." Basically passive stuff, that's not passive, that I had tried to ignore till it extended to friends and family. FYI, this went on for months and months and months. We went to Christmas celebration at his family's house. My sister-in-law complimented my floral maxi dress, and my husband said, "I agree it looks nice on you, though I have to admit that your waist could get smaller than this." Awkward silence took over. I was absolutely fuming, and this was my last straw. So I got up from my chair in the middle of dinner and shouted at the top of my lungs, "Shut the fuck up about my body." He was absolutely speechless as his family stared while some others tried to get me to calm down. But the situation got more tense, and dinner ended up being cut short, and my husband storming off to his friend's place to spend the night upon leaving a very nasty text saying I embarrassed him and made a scene over an observation he made. He called me childish and told me to get therapy for my insecurities instead of verbally abusing him and scaring his family. Now I feel like an absolute idiot asshole and like I ruined Christmas for him and everybody with my oversensitivity. Am I the asshole? I'm ready. Just, fucking- just I get the other thing, but I get us demonetized so fast.
Maybe not.
This one's not so baby, but
I,
and it's a prop. YouTube. It's a prop. It's totally not sharp.
yeah, yeah. Watch it. It doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah, neither does it. Not the asshole. I'm not going any deeper than that. Like I don't. I feel
get it
bad
now.
for OP.
I get it now. I get it. Okay. Real talk. Just a few days ago, being kind of generous, probably about a couple weeks ago, I was deep diving social media like I always do, my job. And I came across some posts explaining how women view their bodies after they have a baby, right? And to not give a lot of detail about the conversation, but I also had a conversation about said thing with my wife. She has had 2 kids. She's provided me 2 amazing baby boys. Here's the thing that I'm realizing from reading that post and speaking to her is, Sam, you and I are what I can only consider a dying breed. And there are other men out there who think like us, but we are being outnumbered very quickly. And what I mean by that is there are still guys out there who genuinely give the world to make sure that their partner, for Sam and I, our wives, are as happy as fucking clams. We want to make sure that they are smiling and loved and know they're loved and feel loved, all the same. And then I see posts like I read, and I see this. And it makes me so fucking furious because there are so many guys out there like this who bring their partners down. The conversation I had with my wife especially after she had her second, was she felt like she wasn't the same in her body. She just didn't feel the same. She felt like there was a completely different body that she was in. And I sat down with her and I was like, I want you to tell me all your insecurities. I'm not going to judge you. I just want you to tell me all your insecurities. And she laid them out for me. It took a little bit to dig them out. Like, I'll admit, like, I was like, I'm not going to judge you. Like, you can trust me. I'm your husband. Like, lay them out for me. And she finally did. And in return, I laid out my insecurities to her because, look, I'm a big dude. I got my own insecurities. And it brought us that much closer together because then she realized, hey, look, that body that you have now, I drool every morning when I get to wake up next to it. Like, well, I'm trying to catch a peek when you get out of the shower. And I'm like, God, that's 9? What? Like, it's just true. And that's because yes, my wife's body's changed, but that does not mean she's a different woman. It doesn't mean that she's a different person. If nothing else, I find her even hotter. Just maturity. That's a level of maturity that, is astounding to me, right?
Yeah.
All that to be said, the men who are out there who treat women like this, I'm not calling for physical violence, but like, dude, you shouldn't be a dude.
Yeah.
And y'all know what I mean by that. Like, if you can't respect your partner, don't have a fucking partner.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I don't get it.
I don't
I
either,
really
man.
don't.
Like,
But
I was trying to keep myself like positive through this whole thing, dude.
yeah,
Optimistic. Fuck, man. It's always the last one.
yeah,
Not the asshole.
not the asshole. Reddit
Leave
agrees.
him. Divorce
Not the
him.
asshole.
I hate to say it. Like, this is one of those times, like, fucking take the kid. Teach your son how to properly, respect women.
Yep. Stab
That's actually
him.
one thing I'll say.
Cut his head off. But
Anyways, that's one thing I'll say. And you know this. You
Mm.
know this. I mean, you're their uncle. It's like, my boys, if they disrespect their mom in any
Ooh.
way,
Hands on sight. Yeah.
it's it. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I hear my oldest raise his voice, I'm like, what'd you say?
Mhm.
You would apologize to your mother right now. Like, no. Like, I don't look. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with my wife. Just like, and my wife is a sweet little soul. She is such an introvert, but that's the same if someone were to fuck with me. Woo, boy,
Mhm.
claws coming out, bro.
Yep.
That's how it should be. You should have a partnership. You should be loving one another, and you like daydream of getting old together and getting saggy and making funny jokes and all kinds of shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can call it romantic. Call me a hopeless romantic all you want out there, but I don't give a fuck. Like, that's what it's all about. And people who are like this, bro, I hope your fucking chili is always cold. I hope your socks are always fucking wet.
I hope all your private parts fall off and that you bleed out from it.
I hope your
Um,
poop is always hard,
I
not in a
hope
good way.
a Lego gets put up where the sun don't shine and you constantly step on it. Don't ask me how that physically works. We don't need to
I
worry
hope
about
your alarm never
laws of
works
physics.
again. I
I
just
hope a
want.
plane crashes into you.
I see. Okay. So there's two of us right now. Remember the sweet middle?
We're on very different levels. Yeah.
I'm just wanting minor, just little
No.
discrepancies. You're
Yes.
like, I want.
Destruction.
I would like to say that the thoughts of Sam do not reflect the Lousy Show as a whole. Though I agree.
Yo, I know this
So-
guy named Luigi. He could probably help us out with this. That's all I'm saying. Yep.
First comment. I think the last thing your husband really wants is for you to get therapy. If you do, you'll discover that he is an emotionally abusive bully and stop feeling guilty for refusing to put up with his BS. Not the asshole, but your husband is. Do as he recommended and get therapy so that you can regain the self-confidence he has eroded with his cruel observations. Here's one thing I would add to that. Go into therapy with the intent to better yourself, not to listen to what he said.
Yep.
Like not just to put an immediate band-aid on the situation, but to better yourself. That is one thing, ladies out there, and this is coming from a man who has seen his wife push 2 children into this world and the aftermath of that. Please, if you have kids, please talk to your lady doctors, your OBs. Talk to them about getting therapy the moment you're done. It is so very important. You may only need 1 session, you may need 10, but trust and believe. It is so very important to get therapy because you are one hormonal imbalance, and I respect that, and I also respect your mentals when it comes to that, and you need that variable to put you like on the good wavelength.
Yeah.
And husbands, don't make me fucking come out there and kick your ass. Help your
Don't do
wife
shit
with that
like
shit.
this. Yep.
Oh, I don't even want to read another comment. I want to
Yeah,
move on.
yeah,
We're done with this
yeah.
one.
We're done.
Yeah, that's it.
I agree.
I'm trying to leave it on a good note. Like, shout out to all y'all out there taking care of your wives. Shout out to all the homies out there who find their wives even hotter after kids. Like, tell her that. She needs to hear it.
Yep.
Don't be like that, motherfucker. Oh,
No.
God. Oh. Especially at Christmas, dude.
Yeah. Merry Chrysler.
Remember, y'all. Fuck decking the halls. Deck motherfuckers like that.
Mhm.
All right, we're getting the fuck
course.
out of here.
Yep.
Hey, we'll see y'all again on Tuesday, which is right before Christmas. It's literally Christmas Eve. So we'll say it now, and we'll say it then. We both hope you all have an amazing Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you enjoy at this time of year. We hope that is also absolutely incredible for you. You know, make it magical. Go enjoy it with who you want to. And you know, it's Christmas. All about love. Go get you some presents. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. We'll see y'all Tuesday.
Bye.